Hello everyone, myself Heli Mehta, working as an assistant professor in computer engineering department at Mahatma Gandhi Institute of Technical Education and Research Center, Navsari. Our subject is computer network. Our unit is 4, that is network layer. So today our topic is IPv4 header format. Okay, so this is the IPv4 header format. Okay, so it is a 32 bits. Okay, so first is version, second is header length, third is type of services, next is datagram length in a bytes, next is 16-bit identifiers, next is flags, then 13-bit fragmentation offset, time to live, then upper layer protocols, and then header checksum. Okay, next is 32-bit source IP address, next is 32-bit destination IP address, next is options, and here we have a data. So this is the IPv4 header format that you have to remember. Okay, so first is version number. These 4 bits specify the IP protocol version of the datagram. Okay, so this is the version and it is of 4 bits. Okay, it determines how to interpret the header. Currently the only permitted values are 4 or 6. So for 4 it is 0100 or for 6 0110. So here we have a IPv4 that is version 4, and next we have a IPv6. Okay, these are the permitted values. So this first is a version number, second is a header length that specify the length of the IP header in a 32-bit words. Okay, so that is the header's length. Next is type of services. Okay, the type of services bits were included in the IPv4 header to allow different type of IP datagrams. For example, datagrams particularly requiring low delay, high throughput or reliability to be distinguished from each other. Okay, so which type of service they are providing, that is mentioned in the type of services. Next is datagram length. Okay, next is datagram length. This is the total length of the IP datagram header plus data, measure in a byte. So this is the length of packets, that is datagram length. Next is identifiers. Okay, so uniquely identifies the datagram. Okay, so identifier, that is 16-bit identifier, uniquely identified the datagram. It is incremented by 1 each time a datagram is sent. Okay, so when we send the data, it is incremented by 1. All fragments of the datagram contain the same identification value. These allow the destination host to determine which fragment belong to which datagram. Okay, so fragmentation means we are dividing packet in the different parts. Okay, and we are giving them identification number. Okay, so this allow the destination host to determine which fragments belong to which datagram is received. Okay, next is flag. Okay, so here we have a flags. So in order for the destination host to be absolutely sure it has received the last fragment of the original datagram, the last fragment has a flag bit set to 0, whereas all the other fragments have this flag bit set to 1. Okay, so when destination host to be absolutely sure that they receive the last fragment of the original datagram. So suppose we are dividing original datagram into 5 parts, 5 fragments. Okay, then if it is sure that they receive the last fragment of the original datagram, then the value of the flag is 0, otherwise the value of the flag is 1. So it is only for the destination identification that they are absolutely sure that they receive the last fragment of the original datagram. Okay, so this is the flag. Next is fragmentation offset, 13-bit fragmentation offset. Okay, when fragmentation of a message occur, this field specify the offset or position in the overall message where the data in this fragment goes. Okay, it is specified in a unit of 8 by 64 bits. Okay, so this is the fragmentation offset and this is the flag. Next is time to live, specified how long the datagram is allowed to live. Okay, on the network, each router decrements the value of the TTL, that is time to live field, reduced by 1. Okay, prior to transmitting it. Okay, if the TTL field drops to 0, the datagram is assumed to have taken too long a route and it is discarded. Okay, so it is specify the how long the datagram is allowed to live. Okay, so each router decrements the value of TTL field prior to transmitting. Okay, so before transmitting it is decrement by 1, and when is reached to 0, it is discarded. Okay, so this is time to leave. Next is protocol. Okay, this field is used only when the IP datagrams reaches its final destination. The value of this field indicates the specific transport layer protocol to which the data portion of this IP datagram should be passed. For example, a value of 6 indicate that the data portion is passed to TCP, while the value of 17 indicates that the data is passed to UDP. Okay, so this is the upper layer protocols. Okay, so according to where we are sending, according to that we have a number. If we have a 6, then we are pass this data to TCP, and while if we have a 17, then we are pass data to UDP. So this is the protocols. Next is header checksum. The header checksum adds a router in detecting bit error in received IP datagram. So that I have explained in a earlier lecture that what is checksum. Okay, so checksum is used to find the detecting the errors. Okay, so the header checksum adds a router in detecting bit error in a received IP datagram. So when we receive some packet, we have to first check there is an error or not. Okay, so for that we have to use header checksum. Next is source and destination IP address, that you all know about it. Source is sending the data and receiver is receive the data, that is destination. So when source creates a datagram, it insert its IP address into source and IP address field and insert the address of the ultimate destinations into the destination IP address field. Okay, so header have a source address and destination address both. Next is options. The options field allows an IP header to be extended. So if we have to extend the IP header, then we can extend, that is option. Next is data, that is payload. So which is our actual data. The data to be transmitted in a datagram, either an entire higher layer message or a fragment of one. So which we are sending the data, that is our original data, that is also known as a payload. So this is the IPv4 header format. Thank you.